name's Sergio Garcia, and thanks for joining my TED Talk today. So, today I'm here to inform you guys all on the future and why it's important to focus on yourself and your goals, and to make sure that you're always the first person that you want to take care of. So, I know it can be a little scary thinking about the future because the future can be something that is so unpredictable that it's difficult to want to think about something that you're unaware of what can happen next. So with going into that, we are all really running our own race. We start the race and finish the race on our own time. Whatever that timeline may be, it's not decided by us, it's really by fate more than anything. So with that being said, the first thing I wanted to talk about was health and the best way you can better prepare yourself for the future and for your future self. So with that being said, the best way to prepare your own body, your physical health, mental health, is by eating better. So eating better, that means not eating out as much, not eating fast food, not drinking soda, really watching what you eat, and eating fish and meat and potatoes and things that you are supposed to be eating rather than McDonald's every day. Also, you want to exercise more. So even if it's an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, but you want to get some form of physical exercise in every day, whether that's lifting weights or going for a jog or walking on the treadmill, doing squats in your living room. It all makes no difference as long as you're at least getting a little bit of that exercise in throughout the day. Also, what comes with that is mental health. So you always want to make sure that you are in tip-top shape with whatever you're doing. So if you feel a little under the weather one day and you don't want to get out of bed all day, that's fine, but obviously as long as it doesn't turn into a habit and you trick yourself into thinking that that's what you need every day. But it's okay to take a little breather every once in a while, and that's one thing that you really should be focusing on is your mental health more than anything. So after that, you want to really want to prepare for your finances. That's one thing that will make you happier and will stress you out if you're not being prepared. So with that, you want to save money, obviously, for whether it's retirement or to get something in the future that you may want. It makes no difference. You want to save money because what if an emergency happens and you don't have enough money to cover it? Then the real problems will start to snowball after that. Maybe think of investing after you've saved up a little bit of extra money. You want to maybe talk to a financial advisor and see what the best options for you and your goals are. Obviously, to best prepare you for the future itself, you really want to be best prepared for that. And lastly, I wanted to talk about was focusing on yourself. So I know in this day and age, a lot of people really focus on how other people are doing rather than worrying about themselves. So especially with millennials doing that the most, I would say, we are always so fixated on how fast someone else got to where they were. So whether someone is younger than you and is in a management position in your workplace, we tend to fixate ourselves on that and not think about how they got there or the road they got, the path that led them to what they're doing. So you really don't want to try and focus on anyone else. You want to focus on yourself more than anything. When you worry about yourself, it reduces stress on your own life. When you're sitting here thinking about someone else the entire day, then it stresses you out because you have expectations that you want to live up to, that you have set for yourself and for others, but those other people don't know what your expectations are of them. And one thing that happens is they really let you down, and that tends to stress you out a little bit. Also, you want to stay true to yourself, so you don't want to follow someone else's path. You don't want to worry so much about what someone else is doing, or you don't want to follow what someone else is doing just because that's what's in right now, or that's what is going on in these days. Also, we all have different experiences, so some people may have gotten a head start on this race. Some people may be better off financially. Some people may have better family relationships. Some people may not. So you don't ever want to focus on how someone started their race, because it's never going to be fair. Someone will always have it better than you do, and someone will always have it worse. So that's one thing that you always want to keep in mind, is to always make sure that you really understand the fact that everyone's life and everyone's experiences are completely different, and that obviously will ultimately put you where you are in life and will get you to where you need to be. Also, so with everything that I've said so far, focusing on yourself is the most important thing to focus on. You want to focus on your goals and what your accomplishments are, not what everyone else is. Because when you start doing that, then you start stressing yourself out and you start upsetting yourself, because, like I said, other people will always be ahead of you and people will always be behind you. So just focus on where you are in life, and then where that'll take you. You shouldn't be fixated on what everyone else is doing. So the future is something that can be very scary, and it's extremely difficult to think about. But if you think about it, when you're best prepared for the future, it scares you a lot less. When you aren't so worried about it or so scared of thinking about it, you actually begin to prepare for it, and you actually begin to take that first step into accomplishing those goals that you've set for yourself in the future. So the life is really just a marathon. We all start the same way. Some may have a head start, some may not, but we all end up in the same place, and we all know what that is. So there is, whatever goes on in between that is completely up to you. So just make sure that everything you're doing, you're staying true to yourself, and that you're doing everything to your best ability. When you do those two things, you'll truly be happy, and that's ultimately the most important thing that you can think about. So once again, thanks for listening to my TED Talk, guys, and here's my audience.